Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Live Hour, YouTube's premier off the clock appliance repair talk for off the clock appliance repair techs. I'm your host with the most, Brother B, and you can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it.
How you doing, guys? My name is Andrey. I'm the founder and director of Appliance Service Master Class. We are the appliance service training and business development program across Canada and US. Welcome to our show today.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Live Hour. Today we are doing a dual interview for Brother Andrey's YouTube channel. So he will be conducting this as an interview as well. I'm streaming live because I'm bringing YouTube's premieres audience along for this ride. So with that out the way, I want everybody first to hit the like button and welcome our guest today. Hailing all the way from Ontario, Canada, Brother Andrey Czupiel. Brother, welcome to TMM Academics, our humble abode.
Thank you.
Glad you could be here, sir.
Yeah. So we're hosted at TMM Academics in Miami, Florida, and we're getting into a partnership here where our clients from the Appliance Service Master Class are coming right here, TMM Academics, to do their refrigeration, sealed system training, as well as all appliance repair training, microwave, stove, dryer, washer, dishwasher. The host with the most, Brandon Lucero.
Thank you, Andrey. Thank you for having me on your show. I would like to take this quick time to invite those who are attending to please show some support to your YouTube channel, which is
AS Master Class. Real simple. Same on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. AS Master Class.
And if you're looking for me on his channel, TMM Appliance Network, you can also see our website, www.tmmacademics.com. Thank you, Andrey, for stopping by sunny Miami, Florida. I hope your stay so far has been welcoming.
It's been actually amazing. This weather is unbelievable.
The traffic, not so good.
No, I'm not happy with the traffic. That's fine. I'm on the beach. I got a tan.
You look good. You look good.
I'm happy.
Okay, so, Andrey, let's get right into this. You reached out to me.
I did.
Brandon, I see what you got going on, but I too got an operation that you may be interested in hearing about. I'm from Canada. I like to stop by, come down, see what you got going on.
Yeah.
Can you tell my subscriber base a little bit about, and myself too.
Right.
Myself too, because this is my first time meeting you. Can you please tell the group a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Andrey? What is the master class? And what is it exactly that you guys do?
Man, the Appliance Service Master Class. So I've been doing this for the last 3 years. When I was 25 years old, back in 2017, I developed what's called the Appliance Technical Institute of Canada. It is by far the largest appliance program in North America across Canada and US. We teach basic electricity, 180 hours. That's a ton of hours on basic electricity electronics. We get into microwave, stove, dryer, washer, dishwasher, and then we do another 160 hours on refrigeration and sealed system mechanics. Every student that comes through the college also does 12 weeks of co-op placement, 9 to 5, every day, Monday to Friday, riding with a technician, unpaid, of course, but they're learning how to operate an appliance service business, how to be a good technician in the field, how to tear down an appliance in a customer's home, change the component, dress it back up, finish the job. And so we do about 1,119 hours in that college program. Now with the master class 2 years ago, we started getting clients from California, Texas, Florida, Vancouver, West Toronto, right? And now they're thinking, all right, we're technicians. What do we do next? Well, because our sponsors are Whirlpool, Electrolux, LG, we give everyone access to Whirlpool Service Matters. You can look up any wiring diagram, schematic, parts list, service manual, training video. They have it. And now you can start building your business. you got access to all of this resources using these tools in the field to finish your service call as quickly as possible and build your business. We've provided clients with Whirlpool warranty contracts, which is amazing. Just 4 weeks ago, we had someone get an LG appliance repair contract in Toronto. Man, it's amazing. The appliance industry, there are no technicians today. I don't know if you feel the same way, but in Toronto, in Vancouver, in all cities in California, New York City, there's still a shortage of technicians. It's unbelievable.
Sir, how old are you?
I'm now 31.
Okay, so are you the owner of this?
Yeah, I'm the owner of the Appliance Service Master Class.
Okay. So 31-year-old Andrey from Toronto, Canada,
Yeah.
decides I'm going to open up a business/appliance repair training center.
Yeah.
Where did you get the bing, the light bulb to go to want to do that? If you don't mind me asking.
Sure. It's a long story. I'm going to try to keep this short. So our family owns a company called Toronto Appliance Service. It's been around since 1973. My father bought it in 1992, and I've been working there since I was 13. So 20 years ago now, I've been working there. I did everything from dispatching, parts, claim submissions to Whirlpool and LG. I was a technician. I was trained by my father. I've done every single part of an appliance administrative team that there is to do, including being a technician. And then one day, my father and I are traveling through Germany. We're on vacation. I go, Dad, how's business? I'm 24, 25 at this point. I just finished university. I'm a nurse by trade. I'm a cardiac nurse, man. I went to school for that, as well as helping in the appliance business. But I go, Dad, how's business? He goes, Andrey, man, we're struggling. We got no technicians in the field. It's hard to find qualified technicians. What we used to do was we used to grab anyone who worked in the kitchen, who worked as a plumber, anybody who's been alive, who has a heartbeat, put him on the field. My dad trained them for 6 months. They ended up staying, pick up the skills, leaving, open up their own company. So I said, you know what, Dad? I'm going to open up an appliance training center. So at 25 years old, opened Appliance Technical Institute of Canada, and now we have a revolving door. Students
From 2005?
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
That's your year of incorporation, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so we have now people who come in through our doors to be students, and then we hire them and keep going forward that way.
Now, I'm very impressed with your journey because my situation was nothing like that at all.
I got to hear it. I want to know exactly how you started.
Well, I wasn't as privileged as you to travel the world to Germany and have such a polished educational background. I'm from a little tiny place in the world called the Bronx, New York, and let's just say my opportunities wasn't that good. So, I bounced around job to job, doing whatever I could do to just scrape up enough money to go out for the weekend and kick it with my homies. But eventually I became adult and that wasn't going to work. So I took time and I went to school. I went for a year for electronics. Afterwards, I also followed right up and I went for HVAC.
Nice.
But it was in the class of the HVAC where I had the epiphany, because we were at the graduation point and I was seeing all the dudes in the class around me and they was like, man, I got my EPA. I found this company. They're going to hire me at like 18 an hour. Oh, I found another company. They're going to hire me at 20. Oh, I found one at 17, but after 6 months. And man, I was seeing guys getting excited about that, right? And no disrespect to nobody that's getting excited about that, but I was like, man, I'm about to be 30, man. It comes a point in a man's life where that ain't gonna cut it. At least to me, like to each his own. So I had a cousin that was doing appliance repair. He told me, man, I'm making this amount, and he was sending me the checks, and I was like, man, I got to get into that.
That's how
So
it starts, man.
I was in the graduation of HVAC, but immersed fully into appliance repair training. I bought this big book called The Appliance, How to Troubleshoot and Repair Major Appliances, Volume 3.
Eric Kleinhardt.
Yeah, big
man.
orange one.
That's it.
Mine's got like, if you open it up, it got like 5 different highlighter colors because I've read it so much, and every time I would read it, I would have a different highlighter. So I take pride that mine looks all beat up and all finger wedged, full of grease on the edges.
That's right.
You know why? Because I referred to it earlier in the field, and I referred to it in my beginning days, right? But I'm going a little ahead of the story. So long story short, I graduated HVAC school. I'm working at these little rinky-dink minimum wage jobs. And I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take on appliance repair. So I started with negative $247 in my bank account, but I had my own website. I had bought enough basic tools. I had bought a little magnet for the side of my car, and quote unquote, I was a businessman, right? Because I had my license. I went to City Hall. I opened up all the stuff, right? So boom, long story short, I started doing that, right? So about 5 years into that, right? I'm about 35 at this point in my life. I was an avid YouTube watcher, not a content creator. I was a watcher. So at that point, I was trying to see, like, man, what is our industry? What kind of content is out there? And what's going on? But there really wasn't nothing out there, or at least nothing that I was really interested in. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna begin creating content. So in my earlier parts of my channel, I went through just, what a technician goes through, different types of customers they run into. And then, I'm a single operator, so I was able to talk to guys about working on COD calls versus home warranty calls. So, the type of content that I started to create, I started to get a subscriber following, right? And about my second or third year, I had a couple, like almost 2,000 subscribers at the point. And I said,
that's amazing.
For the appliance repair niche, not too shabby. Now, we was talking politics, sports, fashion. I expect a lot more. But for guys and gals who fix these machines, that ain't too shabby. So the light bulb went off at the time. It said, there's not really many options out here of people that are training this. And the few that there are, they out of my area, or I don't really see them advertising on YouTube. You may go into a supply store and you may see one of their pamphlets, but as far as them being a presence on YouTube, I don't see nobody out here. So I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to dive into this. But I also felt like at the time of my life, I hadn't quite experienced everything necessary in order for me to consider myself an instructor. I wanted the person that was going to fly down to Miami to have that added level of instructor and professionalism. So I reached out to the local appliance repair vocational school that's out here. Right. And I told the instructor, look, I'm a YouTuber. I got this and this going on. If you would like, with your level of expertise and, my channel and what I got going on, perhaps we can merge the two and create some sort of a hands-on training center. So he was like, yeah, he seemed interested in it. At first he thought I was crazy, but I guess he saw that I was serious, like, nah, this is gonna work. So he bought on, and then we didn't have nowhere to rent in the beginning, so we had to rent in like flea markets and like like places like you wouldn't want to take your
man.
But no one wanted to rent for us.
That's right. So I've been there. We've been there, man.
We had to get it wherever we could fit in, So After that, we took it a little bit more serious. We started shopping around different locations, and finally, you here with what you see now. And
Yeah.
we've been doing this now for about going on 2 years with the training center.
Yeah.
And we get people from everywhere, some from Canada,
That's
you know.
awesome. I love it.
And
Yeah.
you know, we small now, but you know,
Yeah.
I think we definitely force in the
For
game,
sure.
and I think that you know, that's what gives us our competitive edge to the other
Yeah.
places doing this.
I'll tell you this right now. I think your subscriber base, it makes you enormous. You have such a great following. I think the instructors that you have here are level A, top notch. I think what you guys built here already in such a short period of time is great. For us to get to where we were took us about 4 to 5 years. I mean, it was pretty challenging up there. Nobody in Canada really understood what it meant to be an appliance technician. I don't know if you guys had that same sort of opinion down here in the States, or moreover Miami, but in Toronto, in Canada, no one understood what it meant to even be an appliance technician. People always thought, oh, you know what? If an appliance breaks down, we're just going to replace it. That's not the case. Anything less than 6-year-old appliance is going to get repaired most often. Maybe not a dishwasher. Even microwaves, over-the-range microwaves can get to about $900, and you can repair one for about $200, $300. People would rather pay for repair if it's 6 years or younger, the appliance, than replace the whole unit. So did you guys have that opinion down here? Like, did people understand what it meant to be an appliance technician, or did you have to teach the community this is a real skilled trade and this is a real career? Because in Canada, man, we had to put 4 years of work and marketing and advertising and basically, you know, sharing what this trade is in order to make people interested in it at all.
Well, I could tell you that here in America, there have been greats way before me. And what's proof of it is when I attend like national conferences,
Right.
such as the ASTI,
Yeah.
which is like the appliance conference, if you will. So in that, I seen that prior to me, there's been a tradition and a legacy of what you would call the appliance repair technician.
Right.
And I've seen it in its finest form, where like you'll have franchises of it, like Mr. Appliance,
Yeah.
where you'll have some maybe not as notable ones, but in their particular section, they may have 50, like my business partner, he got 28 trucks.
Unreal.
So he do the whole state of Florida. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I've seen it really all. So I know that it was a thing. What the biggest challenge for me is, I'm learning as I'm getting more and more into this, what really I'm a part of. And I'm learning how far behind the 8 ball I truly am, if I really want to get to some of those larger, more uniform service industry companies.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yes, the appliance repair technician is a thing out here in America.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to educate the whole country of Canada for them to really understand appliance repair. It's a really good career. Let's just talk about the business aspect of it just for 1 second. Let's segue into this a little bit. How lucrative is the appliance business? How long did it take for you to start getting a profit? And then how long did it take for you to realize, man, I'm going to do really well. This industry is going to serve me good. How long did it take from starting an appliance as an appliance technician?
The very first week.
Serious?
Well, I was working in a drugstore called Rite Aid.
Right.
I don't know if they got them in Canada.
don't?
They like CVS.
Yeah.
They're a retail chain, if you will.
We got like a Shoppers Drug Mart.
I was doing that, and then I was also an electronic bench tester.
Oh, great.
Because I remember I graduated from electronics school, right? So I took that, and my 9 to 5, that's what I did.
Cool.
But they weren't paying that much. So to make a little extra, I took on the part-time on the weekend. So it didn't take me long to figure out, like when I replaced an ice maker, this was 10 years ago.
Right.
I'm gonna make 150 profit.
That's amazing.
When I change a dry belt, I'm gonna make 150 profit.
How
Plus price of part.
How long is the ice maker? How long is that service call to complete?
Well, in the beginning,
yeah. I know.
I'm not one of it's easy peasy, because Lord knows my road was not like that.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
yeah,
it's a little challenging.
for sure.
But even if you was to say an hour, that's still not bad. Now, today, I
Sure.
could probably do it in 5 minutes. But
Wow.
back then, probably an hour.
150 profit, 60 minutes of work. That's
Well,
pretty good.
yeah, we gotta
the
go. We
beginning.
gotta go drive to the
Yeah, yeah.
location,
For sure.
go get the part,
Yeah.
or ship it to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Then return if you don't have it in your truck. So I was
Right.
doing that. But all in all, brother, I would say like 4 or 5 jobs of appliance repair. I didn't have to work those other 2 jobs. So it's
That's
freed
amazing.
up. It
Yeah.
freed up a lot more time for me.
That's exactly it. I think that's one of the things that, a large portion of the community doesn't understand. It's like appliance repair. Up in Canada, we only have about 2 training centers. We have Appliance Technical Institute of Canada, and we have Kwantlen Polytechnic University, all the way across the country in Vancouver, British Columbia. There's only about 2 schools that really teach appliance repair. And so, we had to educate for maybe 5 years all across Ontario, Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga, all the cities, and really educate the people that appliance repair is a good career. And then about 2021, COVID happened, 2020. People started really realizing they got let go of their day jobs. They weren't allowed to return to the office. They weren't getting paid a salary. And people thought, you know what? What's pandemic proof? The skilled trades. What's the fastest program I can finish and get working right now? Appliance Service Technician. So in our program, it's 7 months, 1,119 hours. It's a lot of program.
Damn.
It's a lot of training. And we do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 7 months.
You're the instructor?
No. I hire instructors, 35 years experience, all of them, at least, right? They're all retired, but they're amazing. They used to work for LG as tech support for 10 years. So they have that nuance to really share the knowledge with the student, really understand that they need to learn it first before they get into the appliance, right? So they have the patience. And that's the one thing that we like to strive for. But, getting into appliance repair during the pandemic, that was the easy ticket to make money. And it is lucrative, right? You just got to get into the program, finish it, take your first step forward into the customer's home. So what does it cost to start up an appliance business? When you first started, how much did you invest? What did you invest, and what was the startup cost for real to start an appliance business?
Before I answer that, I want to go back to what you said about that you only had 2 other outfits teaching appliance repair.
British Columbia, Ontario. 2 places across a whole country, population of 33 million people.
Definitely not my struggle. Not my if you will, route.
Yeah.
In America, we have some pretty good already household names
Yeah.
that teach appliance repair.
Right.
So I definitely, not many,
Right.
but they definitely are out there.
Mm.
But so I found it a little challenging and intimidating to even enter into this arena.
Right.
But now that I'm in the arena and I see the impact that I'm having, my business partner and I, and now with about a decade up under my belt,
Right.
now I know what these guys need to know, and I can take that big book and kind of condense it to them a little bit more, eatable, because our classes aren't 7 months.
Yeah.
We'll teach a guy SEAL system in a week. That's 40 hours, but that's a tall task, and people don't realize how hard that is.
Right.
But it truly is, for you to really understand why you're doing what you're doing. What do all these components do? What do they mean?
Right.
What's the relationship they have with each other? So it's a challenging field as an appliance repair instructor.
Right.
But You got to have a passion, and more importantly, you got to know what it takes to succeed.
Yeah.
Because you
100%.
can't send these guys out not knowing nothing.
What we teach them is like, you just got to be resourceful. And they come to this class that we have. It is 7 months, and they still, we hire our graduates at Toronto Appliance Service, and they still come up with a ton of questions. Whatever you learn in the field, when you're shadowing a technician, whatever you learn in the classroom, it's a very safe space to be in. But when you're in front of the customer in their home on that nice marble floor, oh, it's stressful. You tend to forget stuff. So what we teach you is just be resourceful. You got Service Matters access from Whirlpool. Man, you got access to all service manuals on the internet. You could find it if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
The service manual gives you a problem and a solution, and it gives you a 10-step process how to solve that problem, how to test a dryer fan, anything, a dryer motor, anything, right? Just be resourceful. That is really the only thing you need to remember if you're going to be an appliance technician, is that you will never know everything, but you certainly have the resources to complete the service call, even on the first visit. You certainly can do it.
I want to go back on the subject, startup costs.
Yeah.
That was your question.
Yeah. What does it actually cost to start up as an appliance repair technician? Opening up your own business, or starting out, as we call them, lone wolf. Someone who's on their own, doesn't have a dispatch, administrative team, doesn't have another technician or partner, or a lone wolf. And there's a ton of those guys out there. Super successful. Super successful. What does the startup cost for that?
I could speak for the lone wolf.
Yeah.
For the lone wolf, obviously you're going to need a phone
Yeah.
for these calls to come in.
Yeah.
You're going to need a vehicle to transport you to them.
Right. You don't need a service vehicle. You can use your Honda Civic, like you said, with a magnet on the side.
Yep.
You could do that.
You're going to need a set of insurance.
That's true.
You will need a website.
Yeah.
Because your question can go down many avenues. I think the biggest question to remix yours is to say what kind of service technician you want to be and what's the startup to that. Because if you live in a small town in Wichita, Lord knows what, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's population 1,000, and you're the single guy doing appliance repair, you probably could get away with just putting your information out on Google My Business, and you'll get calls just through that. But if you live in a lot more saturated area, like a metropolitan area, and there's a lot of other appliance repair companies, well, now you're when you start, you have to ask yourself, well, who am I starting and competing against? Because if you're the lone wolf, you could maybe get away without a website. But if you're a big operation, it just don't look right.
That's right.
What kind of marketing, what kind of calls are you gonna be receiving? Yeah. You gotta. Another thing too, when you first start out, to get into these third-party warranties, these manufacturer warranties, you gotta pay background checks. You gotta pay special types of insurances. You gotta pay workman's comp. So that's if you want to acquire all of that. So again, I think the question is, when you start, what do you see yourself as a business? Do you see yourself as a lone wolf? Is this something where you're not gonna necessarily be the one out there running those calls? Right. You're gonna hire someone else to do it. Yeah. Or maybe you're like, no, I want to take on the world, build a business of 30, 40 tech. You know, it really depends on that. But for the lone wolf, to answer your question,
lone wolf starting out,
I would say less than $1,000.
That's amazing.
Less than $1,000, you probably could get your foot in the door. Now, how effective you're gonna be at that level, it depends on a lot of things.
Right. Let's break it down a little bit. So in the business world, we call your service or your product, we're calling it the minimal viable product, your MVP. What is an MVP? Well, in the appliance industry, your MVP is your appliance repair service. How much do I need to invest to build my appliance repair service that you're going to offer to your customers? And then what's the minimal viable product I can offer them? So if they're going to take your program, I think on average to get a full appliance repair technician program completed, you're going to spend maybe $3,500, maybe $4,000 for the training. Then you're going to have your own vehicle, your own cell phone. A domain costs $15. Google Domains, GoDaddy.com. How simple is that? And then the best, easiest free marketing you can do, Google My Business. A lot of these lone wolves are claiming their home address. Even those who live in condos or apartments are claiming that. And when people search appliance repair near me, appliance repair Miami, appliance repair Toronto, what are they going to find? They're going to find locally in an extremely saturated location, like right here in Miami, an appliance repair person maybe living in their own building. And there you go, free marketing. Maybe $4,000 for startup costs if you want to, if you're going to get a multimeter, between $85 to $200, and then a tool set around $200 to $300. So we're looking at like $4K to start a whole appliance company as a lone wolf. And you're making what, $150 profit per service call? It's possible. It's possible.
Look, before we go any further, I want to read a comment that came in for you. Hey, Johnny A, we want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Yeah. Johnny A says, why is it so hard to get on with third-party warranty and manufacture in Canada, Ontario?
Good question. So when it comes to third-party, so when you become an authorized servicer for Whirlpool or LG, they have, for Whirlpool specifically, they have a product knowledge exam. What I appreciate about the product knowledge exam is we incorporate those exact questions into our Appliance Service Master Class training courses, so that technicians who did start out on their own, who didn't go to school, maybe they did go to school, are able to actually learn exactly what the manufacturer wants you to know before you become authorized servicer for them. In terms of how complicated or challenging it is, well, they have a number of applicants, right? They want to make sure that those individuals who come forward have good reviews on Google. So one of those things you need to ask yourself is, you need to have a Google My Business account. You need to be able to have good reviews and surveys, because with Whirlpool, for example, if you don't retain a 65% positive review from your customer, they can actually drop you in your next annual meeting and say, you know what, you're actually not meeting our standards. We're going to drop you as an authorized servicer. Thank you very much for your work, right? So even to become an authorized servicer, you need to have great reviews online, and you need to maintain those as well. Becoming an authorized servicer, the manufacturers, they do a ton of internal surveys. You might have your own surveys that you send to customers so that it can prompt them to write Google reviews. But the manufacturer also calls the customer right after your service and say, hey, how was Toronto Appliance Service, right? And based on those surveys, you either continue working with the manufacturer or they drop you. So it is challenging. Of course, in Ontario and Canada, it's challenging to become an authorized servicer, but through the right sort of pathway with the master class, going through the training courses, you need to definitely know how to do sealed system repair. I don't know if anyone receives warranty work from a manufacturer when they don't do sealed system, right? It actually costs the manufacturer more money to not give you sealed system service calls than it is to just give you all the service calls in your geographical location, because they give you parameters.
And not just sealed system, R600 sealed system.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been doing R600 training, Toronto, Edmonton, Vancouver, Montreal, all over Canada for the last 2 years now, which is great. We're excited to do the R600 here with you in Miami. We're excited for our clients from the US to join TMM Academics to get that sealed system training, to get their EPA license, and to do sealed system service work. Your priority as an appliance service business owner is to minimize drive time, maximize dollar value per service call. Best way to do it, sealed system service calls. You're doing average $600 per call, right? If you don't do sealed system, man, you're wasting your time driving so far for little money. You got to minimize drive time, maximize dollar value per service call.
Andrey, I want to move on now to business development portion. Right. Let's segue. Yeah. We spoke startup, and now I may have been completely looking at that $1,000 mark wrong, because I didn't really take time to really do the numbers. But you that are running more than me obviously are in the know to what is required. So to say that 4,000 is a good number, I'm definitely not gonna say it's not, because these things cost money.
Yeah.
So let's now. We spoke the service training aspect, right? We spoke about how these folks of yours, they come down, they attend this 480 basic training. You give them the co-op placement. You place them in LG and Whirlpool.
Yeah, network.
Which will remind me later on to ask you, just as a technical trainer, how the hell you get that set up? But
Yeah.
let's stay on Paul.
Yeah.
Let's get into business development now, okay?
Right.
Tell us about AS Master Class. What is the business development portion of it?
Right.
What can we expect? Tell us about it, please.
So, I mean, this story starts with LG. I mean, the way that we became sort of the national trainer for Whirlpool and LG all across Canada is simply they need technicians for their network. Whenever I speak to Whirlpool, whenever I speak to the VP of LG Canada for the service department, he's the vice president of Canada. I mean, this is great. Mr. Paul Pike, he is very thoughtful. He takes the time to meet with me and sit down and discuss appliance repair across Canada. And what they wanted is they wanted our graduates to be working for their service network specifically and only. So, you know, we try to serve everybody. We try to give technicians or graduates to the Whirlpool network and to the LG network. But for the business development side of it, our graduates are also wondering, well, I want a new career, but also I want to start my own business. So that's how the masterclass started, is now I started developing a business plan. We do a business plan in the masterclass business development course. A business plan, I don't know if you've ever written one before, but it you know, all the facets of the business. It makes you sort of put on paper your understanding of your business, what it's supposed to look like, how many people you want to hire, what's the market look like, is there an actual market for your company in your area, whether it's Miami or Toronto or Vancouver, and are there competitors? What are your advantages? What are your disadvantages? How are you going to improve on your disadvantages as a business owner? And then you work on your financial plan, right? What do the numbers look like for your appliance company? How much do I need to invest? How much money am I going to make on a monthly basis in revenue? And how much money am I going to expense? And what are my expenses on a monthly basis in my business? And so we work on those together, your business plan and your financial plan, which is great. And so I was writing business plans for students back in the day, like 2019, 2020. And I was like, man, this is taking too long. I'm just going to develop something called the Appliance Service Master Class. And I'm going to walk them through a business development course nationally over Zoom. We got guys from New York, from California, coming from Texas, from Dallas, joining us on these Zoom calls every Monday at 8 p.m. And we discuss business development. We look at building a successful team, leadership and entrepreneurship, right? We talk about sales and marketing, promotion and advertising. Then we look at organizational structure and financial plan and business plan. So we do this every week for 10 weeks. And that's where it came from. It's like, I'm writing business plans for individual students in my college that I developed. I'm like, you know what? I got to do this nationally.
Have they been tested?
Oh yeah. We have so many graduates right now who have opened their own company. They become HVAC technicians. Now they do appliance repair. Now they do gas installation and servicing for HVAC appliances like water heater, furnace, all the rest. Mr. Sonny's Appliance and Repair in Brampton, Ontario. He's one of our best alumni. This guy did it 2 days after co-op. He set off and had his own company. I'm so proud of this guy. He's going to watch. He's going to love this.
I got a question from Johnny A saying, do you guys offer seal system training in Toronto?
Yes, sir. Every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks.
Where can we find that at?
asmasterclass.com, and just email me, Andrey, C, Andreyc, at asmasterclass.com. We do it every 6 weeks. We train seal system repair all across Canada. We train technicians who've been working 35 years in the field, especially on the R600 lock ring. And of course, people who have never done it before, right? Appliance technicians who've been doing this, 5-10 years, who have never done sealed system. We train you R134, replacing compressor, recovering refrigerant, recharging the system. And then we obviously do R600, right? Just email us. We're happy to take you on board.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, because I hate to go down my list.
No, it's fine.
This is a dual interview, which,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
please show some support to his YouTube channel, which this also will be aired in, this interview. And again, what's your YouTube channel?
AS Master Class. Super easy.
Okay.
AS Master Class. Yeah, so I want to get a better understanding, man. The people that you train here, they're wonderful people, I'm sure. Are they technicians who've been already in the field? Are they brand new guys who've never done this before? And then walk me through some of their success stories. I know that, you got a big heart. The way that you talk to people, the way that, you show love to all of your subscribers and the people that come through the door, I know that they appreciate you and the work that you do, right? I want to know the guys that come in here, do they have experience already? Are they brand new, never touched a tool in their life? And then what are some of their success stories since 2 years ago, since you opened?
Well, it all starts with my marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this academic program is a separate entity. It's a LLC, completely different from my YouTube channel.
Right.
So I tend to treat the two as so. I use my YouTube channel. I use the subscriber count that I have to market them to come down to this hands-on training facility that my business partner and I co-own.
Right.
While here, we see it's hard because we offer a variety of different classes. We offer classes just on schematic training and wiring diagrams. We may offer that virtually for 2 days, 16 hours.
That's amazing.
Guys sit in front of his or her computer or buy the course, revisit it at a later time. My business partner and I will talk basic electricity. Now, again, we're not going to sit there and speak the atom and the proton and from the, college level, but we'll definitely condense it to a quicker, type of training. And within 2 days, they can read their own schematics.
That's amazing.
We teach basic laundry, so that could take 3 days. We teach seal system, that could take 5. So to answer your question, I see everything. I see older guys that are about to retire.
Right.
They have been great careers, nurses, truck driver, all these. I'm like, why the hell are you in here for? You doing good. And they're like, no, I'm on my way out. I just want something new to do. I see young guys, guys that don't know what they're going to do in their life and just looking for something. And then I see your average tech that may say, brother B, I'll do everything but seal system. That's all I need. So I see it all. So I'm very fortunate to have a diverse academic base. Some of their success stories is when I speak to them daily. I'm very proud of our walkie-talkie application that we created.
I saw that. That is a really neat, cool thing. I have never seen that before.
Yeah.
I think that is amazing.
That's in real time too. So I got like over 200 signups, 300 signups on that.
That's really cool.
And it grows every day.
Yeah.
And these guys get on there and, hey, I got this problem. I'm over here. I'm over there.
Right.
So I get to continuously see the alumni that passes through here. In addition to those who haven't, I get to continuously daily see what these guys are charging, what they're making.
Right.
Hey, I'm on a built-in. What do you think I should charge for this? So it's good to see them. Remember, it's relatively early. They just graduated 6 months ago, 9 months ago. What am I gonna tell you? They're out millionaires.
Man.
This journey takes time.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that by monitoring them after they've graduated, the alumni who continuously check in with us and tap in with us, they are all doing great, and we couldn't be more proud of our
That's amazing.
of our students.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's great. We see a lot of people come through the door. The guys who are retiring, 62, 64 years old, they get into appliance repair because they just want to make a little bit extra money after retirement. And like you said, man, if you're making $150 profit twice or 3 times a week, that's enough for a retired person. $450 extra cash on a weekly basis, 3 service calls. Why not? You're in retirement, you know, retirement funds. Sometimes people have great retirement funds. Sometimes they have very small retirement funds. But appliance repair gives them the ability to be comfortable, not have to worry about money. If they're able to go and do 1 service call, 3 service calls a week, that's $450 extra in their pocket for them, their wife, you know, giving them some money, their grandkids, whatever it might be. It's a great retirement career, right?
And it's not a charlatan, snake oil salesman.
No way. Yeah.
Slippery, deceptive,
Right.
Scam.
Yeah.
It's tried and proven.
Right.
It's real.
Yeah.
And it's honorable work. It's honorable
For sure.
work. And
Well, the only way that it becomes honorable is if your price point is consistent. I don't know if I've ever stressed anything more than this. $100 diagnosis, $100 labor. You don't got to charge $900 to replace a switch on a refrigerator. You want to charge $100 diagnosis, $100 labor, or whatever you guys charge here. You know, call 5 appliance companies in your area if you're starting out as a lone wolf and sort of audit what their price points are. Come up just in the middle. If someone charges $100 for diagnosis, another charges $180 for diagnosis, come up in the $120. What do you guys charge for diagnosis? What do you charge for labor in Miami?
well, it depends on. I have 2 service fees. Like
Right.
if I have like a high end built in,
Yes, of course.
I probably will charge something like 125, 150 for the service call.
Yeah.
But if it's your standard falling apart GE,
Yeah.
basic Whirlpool, 85,
Pretty
but
good.
it goes towards the repair.
And then what's the labor that you charge? Because you got to come back with the part. You got to undress it again. You got to tear down.
Oh, no,
replace the
I
component.
go in, I charge appropriately. I
Yeah.
definitely don't charge, nah.
Yeah. And it's good. And it's you're keeping consistent, and that's how you get customers who refer their friends and family to your business, right? Because if you're there, you know, charging $800 for a switch here,
Why
$200,
would
why you got to
somebody-
sell the service?
But why would somebody even want to pay $800 for anything
Sometimes
when
they
I
don't
can
know.
go out and
Yeah.
just buy the unit for the same $800-900?
Yeah.
Like you could also
Yeah.
talk yourself out of the repair.
But
If
sometimes
you go too high, you
Yeah.
can talk yourself out of the repair.
sometimes the single mother with a broken stove and she got 4 kids in the house.
Yeah.
And she about to pay anything for that repair. And there's guys out there who go out and sell her an $800 knob
Oh yeah, no.
for the stove. And I've seen it before. Man, we've followed technicians who do this. And then this lady tells us a story, you know, she's crying, she spent too much money on the repair. We tell her, ma'am, it's a $20 part. We're only going to charge you $120 for the service call because it's a simple repair. See you later. She goes, oh my God, I paid $800 to another guy.
You're never
see?
gonna,
Be consistent.
you're never
fair.
gonna see them on the front of Google
Never.
Maps.
Never.
You're never gonna see them
Yep.
in the top, you
Yep.
know, in your area. You're not gonna see them people.
Never.
So
Never.
I don't. When I hear about them crash dummies,
Yeah.
I just
Crash dummies, I love
they
it.
are though.
We call them butchers.
But
in
for
Toronto.
real though,
Just cut it up.
they making us all. They giving the game a black eye. But
That's what I'm
but
saying. That's what I'm saying.
the same could be said, and I'm guilty of this.
Mhm.
I may not have been guilty of overcharging, but God, I'm surely guilty of undercharging.
Oh, so true. Know your worth,
You
man.
still got the same individuals out there doing a compressor for 200.
No, that's not
Only
fair.
the labor. And
That's not fair.
then guess what?
Yeah.
They leave leaks after like 6 months.
Yeah.
They done changed their number. They can't get a hold of them. And then I got to go now and
Yeah.
look at the disaster they did and
Yeah.
fix it. And now ask me how many times I've done that. Poof.
Right. And how long do you think that they're doing a sealed system service call if they're charging $200? 30 minutes, 45. It's a hack job.
Hack job.
They're going in, they're trying to do something, play with the gauges, tap it into the system, recharge it somehow, and say, you know what? I'm done. $200. See you later. 35 minutes. It takes, on average, 90 minutes to complete a full sealed system if you're good. and you're charging minimum $450 labor.
Sometimes it don't though. Sometimes it
Yeah.
may take 2-3 hours.
It's true.
Because
it's true.
I done
It's
got
true.
compressors that, you know, the old one will look a certain way.
Yeah.
The tubes will be like this.
Yeah.
And then you get a new compressor and the tubes now are like this.
Exactly.
And now you gotta run new
Yeah.
copper and cut
Exactly.
here and bypass this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
But you know what? Let me share something.
please.
LG
I love
R600
it.
refrigerators.
I love
Tell me how good of a revenue stream that baby is, because man, in our warehouse right now, we got a stack of 50 R600 compressors, LG, and we doing about 2 a day per technician. Man, God bless you for the manufacturers who didn't do a great job, but dang, the revenue is ridiculous. They're paying $395 on warranty. $395 on warranty.
You keep mentioning LG, and I haven't spoke to you about them, but I have a special relationship with them.
Let me hear it.
Oh,
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
How I got started with them, I don't know if y'all got this in Canada, but y'all got Sears?
We used to. Oh, they died
Okay.
12 years ago.
Well, they got the home service
Yeah.
portion still active.
Yeah. Okay. That
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still active. The home service, the home repair is still
Right.
active.
Right.
So 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago when I got started, they were sending me a lot of their work.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kenmore Elite stopped doing so much of the Whirlpool-based refrigerators and started doing more of the LG refrigerators and the Samsung. So by running Sears calls, it was exposing me more to LG
There you go.
refrigerators.
There you go.
Now, when I first started doing these LGs, they broke me, bro.
Oh, serious?
Oh.
Did you guys have a jig for the PCBs?
There was no jig back then.
Not back then.
I'm
no.
from before there was a jig.
Yeah, I know, man.
That's old. That's
I know.
new school stuff.
It is.
Listen to
It
me.
is. Yeah.
When I first started with them LG compressors,
Man.
they wasn't even the universal back then. That's all new. But they broke me.
5 hours a call.
They broke me.
Yeah, man.
The recalls, they broke me. But you know
Yeah.
what? Steel sharpens steel.
There you go.
And I was determined to learn.
There you go.
So I
That's the
really
big game, man.
took my time and I really dialed in on the books, on the theory,
We got it.
on any subject matter that had to do with sealed system repairs. If this course would have been available back then, I would have bought my own course.
Oh man, sealed system courses, they're flying off the shelves for us because it's your biggest revenue stream in your company. It really is.
When I started doing those LGs, then
Yeah.
I got nice at them.
Oh,
When I
nice,
say
man.
nice, I mean like no. I ain't gonna say that because the appliance repair gods will spank me. So let me be truthful.
You served your
in the
time,
words.
man. You served your time.
Let me be truthful in the words
Yeah.
that come out of my mouth.
Yeah,
Out of 10, 8 or 9, I'm their home runs.
that's amazing.
I'm gonna get that one
Yeah,
nightmare, but
yeah, yeah.
that's still good odds.
Breaking
And I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
confident in the repair. And more importantly, about 10 years ago, there was a cultural shift that was happening in the appliance repair industry. A lot of the older guys were getting out of it because everything was
Yes.
going digital,
Yes, sir.
including LG, Samsung, and
Oh,
some
yeah.
of these newer fridges. People were like, I don't work on that crap.
That's
blah, blah,
right.
blah, and they got phased out or they
Yeah.
limited to small top mount freezers and bull crap. But I
Yeah.
said, nah, let me get on the electronic roller coaster
There you
and
go.
stay on it.
That's right.
So now what happened was there wasn't a lot of people that wanted to do this kind of work. So
Right.
over the years, I've built a reputation.
Mm,
Oh, you need LG core brand.
that's good, man.
From all these services in my area,
Yeah.
they all use me.
The referral.
And you know what's crazy? That again, I want to break this news in a future episode, but I told you where I was with the onboarding with LG.
Yeah.
But basically, they signed the contract. I signed the
Yeah.
contract. I sent them the void check. We're just
Right.
waiting for the calls now. But I
Yeah.
say all that to say this. the purpose of me getting on with them wasn't necessarily because I want to run LG warranty calls.
Right.
No, I wanted my business to be on the website for customers who have units out of warranty.
There you go.
Because
Exactly.
I understand that warranty is an introduction to get product familiarization, the tech support. It also adds jobs to your company so you can hire, grow, which is the route that I'm on right now.
Yeah.
So I see it for what it's worth. We're talking just LG.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those compressors that go bad, I could get them for about $600 for the labor.
Right.
$450 to $600 is not out of 10 calls. I'm gonna get that 8.5 out of the time.
That's amazing.
Again, the repair takes about an hour and a half.
That's amazing. Look at that.
It's very clean work.
The margins are good, man. The margins are good.
And I strategically partner with LG to sign up in specific places no one else was. They sent me over a list like, hey, we got these areas open.
Very smart, man.
And while everybody and their mother was competing right here in my local backyard, I said, it's okay. I know I can't compete with them because they already got their foot in the door. But you know what I'm going to do? I'll go to them places no one will go.
Right.
And once my name starts buzzing within the internal confines of LG, I build that rapport. I'm going to ask him, hey, why don't you revisit some of the local firms in my area and do a reevaluation? Because how's my work compare with them?
Exactly.
And then that's my plan of attack to regain access to my area.
Right.
I hope I'm not talking too much.
No, it's good. I wanted to come off a point you had. So let me ask you a question here, actually.
Please.
Have you ever heard of companies who will tell you, no, I'm good. I don't want to do any warranty work. It's not worth it. Has anyone ever told you that?
All the time.
Why isn't it worth it?
You want me to tell you why they tell me it's not?
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
They tell me that it don't pay. And that, again, I'm speaking for them.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you that
I'm hearing the same thing.
I'm not telling you that I agree with that.
I hear the same
On the contrary, I'm going against that narrative because I've seen my business partner and others build companies with 25, 30 service vehicles that do nothing but manufacture warranty. So I like to keep my options open. I do SEO. Search it. You can find me organically. I pay a company to do that. I have manufacturer warranties. And not only that, I have now third-party warranties.
That's amazing.
So I try to have my foot in a little bit of everything.
Right. And why I want to mention that is I don't get why people say, I don't want to do warranty work. They say, we hear something like, oh, they don't pay enough, or the administrative is too much work. You gotta
That's true, though.
Submit the claims. It is. But let's hear about the pros about it. You got the traffic, man. We got Whirlpool coming in 45 calls a day. And then we got LG, 35 calls a day. We got 70 calls per day for Toronto Appliance Service. And what does that give us? It gives us volume. That gives us an ability to hire more technicians. But let me ask you this. What happens to the customer after 1 year of their warranty?
It goes out of warranty.
And what do you charge, baby, for out of warranty?
And more importantly, who they're going to remember that came to their house when their unit was in warranty.
You're playing a numbers game. You're doing the volume today so that next year you get paid what you're supposed to get paid. Man, you're going to grow a team. Every tech you hire, you have to hire an admin person. If you got one tech, just yourself, that's fine. Hire a dispatcher. You're going to hire a second tech. You're going to hire payroll. Then you're going to hire a third tech. You're going to hire claim submitter. So you should have one admin for every one tech, because admin roles, those are payroll expenses. They don't bring money to the company. Who brings money to the company? The technician does. So you should be hiring one technician for one admin role. Hopefully you have more technicians and admin roles hired on your team in the future. But that's the way you build your service company. Warranty work gives you volume, which gives you money, purchasing power to hire more technicians, to hire admin reps, and those warranty calls after a year, COD, baby. That's where the real money comes in. So I'm glad we got to talk about that.
Brother, before I let you go,
Yeah.
because we coming up on the hour mark,
Wow.
I've
That's quick.
I've hog-tied a lot of the questions.
Yeah.
I understand you got your own channel.
Yeah.
So I'd like to leave you the opportunity to ask away any final questions you got for me.
Right.
No rush.
Yeah.
But if you got any final questions.
Right. My one big question is, as partners now in Miami, will you take on our Appliance Service Master Class clients? Will you train them R600, refrigerator, appliance repair? Will you take these guys on? Will you train them here?
Yes. To answer your question shortly, yes. But to give you a more detailed explanation, what they're going to get is they're going to arrive to this facility.
Yes, sir.
2, 4, 6, 8. We our first class we had too many, and we realized let's keep them to about 8 to 10.
Right.
But they're gonna be part of about a small group of guys, 8 to 10
I love
students.
it. Same.
There's 2 instructors. There's myself and my business partner. Our strengths is that while my business partner has a very acute understanding of the theory and the textbook, no need to know, I come more with the street, in the field. This is what's going on out there. This is how you get out of it. Do this, do that, and I oversee the hands-on portion. I want to see them doing their grazing and all of that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that's for about 5 days. We do teach a whole class on R600.
Yeah.
We've even had the likes of Vulcan Lock Ring
That's amazing.
come down here,
Yeah.
personally give training on their products,
Right.
and how their products are helping with the new R600 technology or Freon that's out there.
Yeah.
So we definitely harp on it.
Right.
But more importantly, what they're gonna get is hands-on. Each one of these guys is gonna get his or her own fridge.
Awesome. You got a lot of fridges here, man.
Yeah, thank you,
A lot
man.
of fridges.
Where they're gonna be repping them up. They're gonna be doing their own, and that's the best learning.
Exactly.
Because if you sit here and you watch a guy tell you this and that, that's all good. But when you in a fridge and you doing this and you burn something or you make a hole, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's normally when I come put my hand on your shoulder and say, better you did it here than you did it in the field.
Customers home. Yeah, man. I totally.
So, we give them the best of both worlds. We give them the best theory possible, and we give them the best hands-on. So to answer your question, yeah, we would be honored to take on some of your students. And they, in my opinion, I'm going to go out on the limb here. Honestly, I think we really are the best, period. So definitely, and I say that humbly, but it's true though, respectfully. I would say, come on down here and definitely immerse yourself with this knowledge. But I want to say one more thing. My customer base is the guy or the gal that has his or her own techs, and your techs aren't doing seal system. You making all this money, but you don't have money to send your best guy out to South Florida and now be able to incorporate seal system into your repertoire. That's my customer base. That's who I speak to.
We're excited at Appliance Service Master Class, TMM Academics, to have this partnership in Miami, Florida, and to just blend our students and give them all the pass. So just to make this clear, all students that come for TMM Academics will now get access to Appliance Service Master Class, Whirlpool Service Matters, and Electrolux Service Tips. On those portals, you will find every service manual, parts list, wiring diagram, schematic, how-to video from the manufacturer themselves, their training center, in real-time access in full. So this way, if they're starting fresh, if they're starting new, if they're a junior technician or 20 years in experience, you get access to the technician portal and grow your business. That's what we're here for. We're here to assist you to grow your business at these services and be successful. there's more of the pie, more enough of the pie for everyone to take a piece of. Even in the most dense and saturated places, you can still get a piece of your pie and make a good career out of appliance repair.
I also would like to ask the master class to honor the subscribers who follow me, that is from Canada.
Yeah.
And that they found out about this organization through my channel. I would like for you guys to take care of them as well.
100%.
Definitely give them a hookup.
You got
the brother B hooked up, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And again, if you in that West Toronto, east or west?
Like just above New York City. Just above New York City. Yeah.
All right, so if you anywhere in the world, and if you in the northeastern region of the hemisphere, and you're looking for that great SEAL system training, again, you want to go on over to asmasterclass.com.
Got it.
Definitely ask for Brother Andrey.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. We're online. We have students from India, England, France, US, Canada, and our client base is just going to grow. TMM Academics is going to be a partnership that we've always needed, and we just want to grow with you, man. And I love it. I definitely appreciate it.
Definitely
Really appreciate it.
And we definitely are humbled that you even saw us on the radar. You know, we pretty small in the game now, but every day, you know, gaining more and more traction, more and more recognition. So thank you for coming down here and acknowledging that this is even a thing. We're honored just for that, and humble. So it's nice meeting you, Andrey. And again, guys, going over to his YouTube channel,
AS Master Class,
and his website,
asmasterclass.com.
Send this out on your channel, and then I'll send this out on my channel.
I will do. Thank you so much. And just to wrap things up, this is the Appliance Service Master Class, TMM Academics coming together to partnership in Miami, Florida. Super excited to get this started. We also offer business management software called Appliance Heroes. If you want to learn about it, just reach out. I'm always available for you guys. Brandon, thank you so very much. And I'm humbled by the experience, for sure. Thank you, sir.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of YouTube's premiere, Off the Clock, Appliance Repair Talk for Off the Clock, Appliance Repair Text. I'm your host with the most, Brother B. You could be anywhere in the world, but you with us. We thank you. We want to wish you a good night. Love, peace, harmony. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Brandon.
Thank you.